Alright, so here we've got a rainfall simulator from Dane County Land and Water, very kindly loaned it to us today. This is representing different types of land covers, going from very impermeable surfaces like our asphalt on our roads, going to permeable pavements like we have on some of our trail systems in the area. Some covered and tilled gardens or fields or construction sites that have a bit of mulch, but it's compacted soil beneath it. Some fields and construction sites that have very little grass growing but no mulch, so it's just the straight soil. Kind of like your lawn at home where we have some grass but it's been compacted from running over it multiple times with lawnmowers and other equipment to build houses, and going to more of our native prairie plants and other garden species that have longer root systems. So we're going to kind of see what happens. I'm going to sprinkle on some sprinkles here, which are emulating fertilizer or road salt, just so you can get a visual to see what happens. And then we're going to see where the rainfall goes. So when we have rain or runoff from other water sources, water's either going to seep through the surface down into the groundwater, so this bucket down here, or it's going to run off and into other sources. And so this type of runoff is what's going into our streets for the most part, into the stormwater system, and out into lakes or rivers in the area. So when we have different types of surfaces, you'll see that depending on how permeable or impermeable they are, water is going to go different places. And so between our two pavement systems over here, you can see that the impermeable asphalt, pretty much everything's just running off. Nothing's going to go through it, along with all the fertilizer. A permeable pavement, like we have on our trails, if it's maintained properly, the rainfall for the most part will go through it into the groundwater. And then as soon as we start adding different cover types, you can see that our infiltration is slowing down a little bit, but we still have the majority of it going underground. Some of it's running off. And then, just do this again for the visual. As we start to have more compaction and straight soil, you can see that not only are we having some of the fertilizer running off, but also we're taking some of the sediment or soil particles that are also found on this site. So that's an additional issue to contend with. And then as soon as we start having plants that have root systems that are starting to hold some of this in, we can see that our rate of infiltration is slowing down, but because our lawns are pretty compacted for various reasons, some of it's still going to run off into our street system, the storm sewers. Then instead, once we have more established prairie or long root system plants, you can see that not only do we have reduced rate of infiltration, it's taking a much longer time for it to get down. We have virtually no runoff, and then most of the infiltration into the groundwater also has seeped up some of the nutrients so that we don't have quite as much of it going straight into our groundwater system.
Thanks.
You're welcome.